Okay, let's look at section 2.8, linear inequalities. Question 1 says to graph the solution set of the inequality x less than or equal to 3/5. So I'm going to go a little bit thicker here. To graph x less than or equal to 3/5, the number line that you're given, 3/5 is between 0 and 1. And actually, if you do it on the calculator, you would see that x would be less than or equal to 0.6. So 0.6, 3/5 is 6/10. So I would go over here to 6/10, which is right here. And I don't know if the Connect Math wants you to put a closed circle and then graph to the left, or they might want you to do a bracket and graph to the left. A bracket or closed-in circle both mean equal to. So when I'm graphing less than or equal to, I'm going to graph either a closed circle and to the left or a bracket and to the left. That means the same thing. If your problem had, say, greater than or equal to, I would graph a closed circle and to the right or a bracket and to the right. If I had just greater than, if I had just greater than, I would graph an open circle and to the right or a parenthesis and to the right. And one more, if I were to graph, hold on, if I had to graph just less than, if I graphed just less than, it would be an open circle into the left or a parenthesis into the left. Those are the four things that we could be doing. And I noticed that I was less than or equal to here, and so I wanted the blue option. Question 2, graph the solution set, -4 greater than k. I always want to get the variable on the left-hand side. So I'm going to just totally flip this inequality around. If -4 is bigger than k, then k is going to be less than -4. K less than -4. So it's going to be an open circle. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Since it's less than, it's going to be an open circle. And then I'm going to go to the left because it's less than. K less than -4. You might also graph it with a parenthesis at -4 and then to the left. Number 3, you want to graph the solution set of -5 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 5/2. First of all, you need to know that 5/2 is 2.5. 5/2 is 2.5. So we know that it's less than or equal to here. So -5 is less than or equal to, I'm going to go do a closed circle here. And t is also less than or equal to 5/2. So I'm going to do a closed circle here, and I want everything in the middle. So -5 is less than or equal to t, and t is less than or equal to 5/2. Everything in the middle. If you don't want to do if the computer doesn't want you to do the closed circles, remember that you could also do brackets in place of the closed circles, so it would look like that. Number 4, graph the solution set -1 less than p less than or equal to 7. So at the -1, it's going to be an open circle. At the 7, it's going to be a closed circle. And I want everything in the middle. If you were using parentheses and brackets, it would be a parenthesis at the -1 and a bracket at the 7. Everything in the middle. Number 5, write the solution set in interval notation and graph the inequality. In set builder notation, you have the set of all x such that 1 is less than x is less than or equal to 7. So let's go graph that first. I need to have on the number line, I need to show numbers 1 and 7. And then 1 less than x, so this is going to be an open circle. X less than or equal to 7, this is going to be a closed circle. I want everything in the middle. That's the graph. Now the solution set using interval notation. So one reason I wanted to show you the parentheses and the brackets, showing you that it was open circle is parenthesis, meaning just less than. Closed circle with a bracket. So to do the set builder notation, I'm going to start at 1 with a parenthesis, comma, and then I'm going to end here at 7 with a bracket. That's interval notation. Always go from left to right, small number to big number. Number 6, they give you the graph and they want you to write it in set builder notation and interval notation. So in set builder notation, if you're given the number 9/7 with a bracket, you want all numbers, so here comes set builder. You want all x's such that x is bigger than or equal to 9/7. That's set builder. All the numbers that are bigger than or equal to 9/7. In interval notation, notice that this is a bracket, so I'm going to start on the left with a bracket at 9/7, comma, and I want to go way out here to infinity. Infinity and negative infinity always have a parenthesis. Number 7, write set builder and interval notation for this little piece here. Okay, for set builder notation, I'm going to say it's all x's, instead of all x's, such that, and then I have, it's a parenthesis, so it's going to be 2 is less than x, bracket, so it's going to be less than or equal to 4. If I want to do interval notation, I'm going to do parenthesis 2, comma, 4 with a bracket. That's interval notation. Where'd it go? That's interval notation. Number 8, I want to write it in set builder notation and graph it. Here's my interval notation. The set builder, I want all x's such that negative 12, since it's a bracket, I'm going to use less than or equal to x. Since the negative 9 is a bracket, I'm going to use less than or equal to negative 9. For the graph, to graph the interval negative 12 to negative 9, notice that they're both brackets. So negative 12 would have a closed circle. And here at negative 12 would be closed. It's not going to let me do that, so I'm going to use a bracket. Negative 12 to negative 9, and I want everything in the middle. Number 9, solve the equation in part A. I have negative 9w equals 18. To solve for w, I need to divide both sides by negative 9. Then I would have w equals negative 2. So the solution set is -2. For part 2, I want to solve the inequality -9w less than 18. Okay, here we go. -9w less than 18. To get the w by itself, I want to divide by -9. But when I multiply or divide by a negative number in the with the inequality, I've got to remember to flip that inequality because I divided by a -9. So here we go. I'm going to have w greater than 18 divided by -9 is -2. So in set builder notation, my solution set is all w's such that w is greater than -2. For parts 3 and 4, I want to do the graph of that solution set. So here at -2, I want all numbers w such that w is greater than -2. So it's going to be open circle and to the right. If I wanted to do the interval notation for that, I would start here at -2, and I would go all the way out to infinity. Open circle greater than means parenthesis, and infinity always has parentheses.